Why did I like this, bro?
Listen, you grew as a person. That's it. And now
your hair grows, your character grows.
I had no true friends. That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last ever clickbait episode. Enjoy this because we're done after this. It's a wrap. So long. This is it. Joining me, though, for the last hurrah, and we're going to get into that, so stay tuned. Joining me for the last hurrah, we have Tom Grossi, the Packers fan to know. Tom, how's it going today?
It's going well. Thank you, Scooter.
Crucial.
We've made
Beside him, it is none other than 5 Points Vids. 5, how are we doing today?
I'm just glad that this freaking show is over. You know, like that we'll never do this again.
I do feel that. And underneath 5 points, we have your favorite Yinzer. He's known internationally. Urinating Tree. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, man. All I'm going to say is this. Absolutely nothing of value is being lost. This is a great day for the internet.
Mm-hmm.
That is fair. We aren't joking. This is literally the last show for Clickbait. Like I said, we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, before we explain ourselves, as you can see, one of our members is not here. Let's bring on Brandon Perna, who is enacting one of his punishments, or completing rather one of his punishments today. Let's get Brandon Perna dialed up. There he is.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's definitely what he wanted to cook.
And this is why
my
the show is ending.
Yeah.
Is that are those extra nipples or?
Yeah, did you paint those on there?
I don't know. That's just how I was born. That's not how you cook a nipple. I have to do his voice, right?
Yes, the whole time.
Is that a Patrick Star voice?
I mean, it's not, but I'll take it. Honestly,
it's not bad.
Look, it's Russ Wilson.
It's not bad.
You're a
Sounds like
Patrick Bateman right now.
Perna, welcome to the show, though.
Patrick Star.
Thank you for going all out for your punishment. How are we doing? How are the vibes today, Perna? Welcome.
Oh, pretty good.
That's fair.
I didn't realize my beard would be so dark with the face coloring. I couldn't get the beard too pink, but we're going to get through this.
We are going to get through this. And getting you through this...
That's not how you want to cook, right?
We're done. We're definitely done. But I will be guiding us through this episode. I'll be your host for the last episode of Clickbait Sports. Scooter Magruder. We are going to start straight in the NFL news, and then we're going to talk about the title of this show. But we begin first. Elijah Moore.
500 bun.
Oh!
Not me.
500!
Not me. Not me. It's not me, thank God.
It ain't me.
You can
Come on. Slap your
I know.
head 5. Come on.
I did.
Slap it. There you go.
You want me to put a plunger on my head for $500?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go
Yes.
find one.
This punishment is going to be elite. For those of you just joining or wondering what is happening, whoever gets donated the most money gets punished, like this man right here. At the end, whoever has the most money is the loser, and they get punished. So 5 is in the lead right now with $500, and let's see how it plays out. But immediately into the NFL news, Elijah Moore traded. Instant reaction. Let's go to Tom first. Tom, you already made a video about this. Take us through this trade. What happened? Who are the winners and losers in your mind?
Honestly, I think the Browns, they have like the fact that they got Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore for literally like a second and a fifth, like that's pretty solid. They did pretty good. But yeah, so basically the Jets traded Elijah Moore, who wanted to be traded. He was complaining last year that he wanted to get out of New York. So that they gave him Elijah Moore and a third-round pick in exchange for the Browns' second-round pick. So now The Jets have, I think they're back-to-back picks. Yeah, it's like 54, 52, something like that. But yeah, so they have both, and people are thinking it's for Aaron Rodgers' capital, but then again, apparently talks have also stalled this week. So
Don't worry, buddy. You'll get your
the
draft
stalled
pick.
Aaron Rodgers talk.
Good boy.
Elijah Moore trade though. Tree, when you saw this, what did you think?
I'm thinking they're trying to clear up space for any receivers that Aaron Rodgers may want. If you have to remember, Elijah Moore wanted to be traded last year. He wasn't putting up targets. He was behind Denzel Mims, Garrett Wilson, Braxton Berrios, a few other guys as well. So what this does is it makes Elijah Moore happy, even though he might want to stay in New York now because you're actually getting a quarterback. But Cleveland does need somebody to go with Donovan Peoples-Jones and Amari Cooper. So you do have that potential third option. You could be there. And the Packer and the Jets get like an upgraded pick. It goes from a third to a second. So you can make some damage with that. I think at the end of the day, he was being zoned out. I mean, with the Jets, you still have Denzel Mims. You signed Allen Lazard, and you have Garrett Wilson. There was no place for Denzel Mims. Not Denzel Mims. I mean, Elijah Moore.
Elijah. Okay.
Let's do a dog peeing celebration in sympathy for Elijah Moore.
Can we get some F's in the chat?
Yeah, because they got McCall Hardman, and they, of course, got Allen.
Yes, McCall Hardman, too. I forgot about that. He signed a few
got
days
McCall
ago.
Hardman.
So 5. Same thing. Instant reaction to the Elijah Moore trade. Did you want your team to do this? It was a second, like just right?
What do you mean, the Jets?
Would you have wanted the Giants to trade for
the
Elijah
Giants
Moore, second round
need
pick?
receiver? Dude, we have Jamison Crowder. Okay, we're good.
Once upon a time in the West.
We got all types of receivers on the Giants.
Kinky.
So do you like that trade though?
No, I think the Giants either need to go out and draft early, get one of those sexy wide receivers in the draft, or trade somehow for DeAndre Hopkins. But I think the asking price for Hopkins is a little high. So we'll just see. We'll wait and see. But if you're gonna spend any type of capital on someone, he better be a number 1-1. What's the receiver in the offense? The X receiver or the Y?
X.
Who's number 1?
Number 1 is the X.
X. You need an X receiver. You don't need a Y.
Okay.
So I would not trade for a Y.
And speaking of receivers, the Broncos, Jerry Jeudy still on the trading board. So, Perna, what did you think of this trade, knowing that you might have a similar trade coming down the pipeline?
Shampoo.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have ADHD. We're doing a show, Brandon.
So the question, Brandon, was
Brandon's been out of the water for too long.
No, knowing that
drying
your
up.
team might trade Jerry Jeudy, would
Jerry
you be okay for a
Judy's not
second round
going
pick?
anywhere.
I don't know if you get a
Want
first round pick for him,
draft
Patrick.
pick for Jerry Jeudy, and nobody's going to give it up, okay?
I don't
So
know,
the
man.
Cleveland Browns don't even have a first round draft pick. They said a first round draft pick or I don't know how Patrick Star talks. I just don't know how this Patrick Star talks, okay?
When did he get a southern accent?
Okay, we're gonna end your talk punishment 15 minutes into the show.
Stop.
No. Stay with it.
So we could get some actual
Stop! Damn it!
reaction. But listen,
Jerry Judy's not going anywhere. Jerry Jones! These are my 2 impressions.
okay.
Jerry
I like it.
Jerry Jeudy is going to stay Bronco because KJ Hamler just got hurt today as well. So we got to have Jerry Jeudy come back.
Okay, that's fair. Now, speaking of receivers, Elijah Moore was not the only receiver traded this week. Another receiver was traded to my team, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Let Jerry cook. Let's also get some instant reaction. Last week, you said the Cowboys didn't get better or worse. They just stayed the same. So does this change anything for the Cowboys? Tree, I see a half smirk on your face. Does this change anything?
This doesn't change one thing in particular. Oop, sorry, I didn't mean that one.
Final play, it looks like barring a penalty. Prescott over the middle of the turret.
I didn't even see what happened.
That whole clip.
It was Zeke Elliott getting pancaked.
Oh, how come I didn't see it at all?
Because that guy is gone, he might be an Eagle.
Look,
Yeah.
we're gonna get all into that.
Oh,
But
please go
before
to the
we get into
Eagles.
that, tell me
Please.
about Cooks. Does this change anything for the Cowboys receiving core? Will this make Dak's job easier? Talk to me, Tree.
I would say you do need a second wide receiver, though. I know you do have CeeDee Lamb. He's your ex. You needed some guy play as a second role. I think Brandon Cooks is still a really solid wide receiver. Nobody really mentions him because he's been thrown around like one of those hand-me-down bread makers. Like no one wants to use it. It's slightly used. You do have Gallup, so you do have a 2-3 option right there. So it's just like as I said, it's like you try to re-gift something. That's Brandon Cooks. It's like you realize, okay, I don't really want this anymore. I used it for a year. I'm going to re-gift this to someone else. I have the packaging. I still have the instructions. I'll put in some some protective gear. And at the end of the day, that's what Brandon Cooks is. So roughly, you're still getting a quality wide receiver. You didn't have to give up that much for him. And Brandon Cooks has wanted out for a long time. They did want Brandon Cooks at the deadline. So I think the cap hit's a little cheaper. So I think it's a decent move for Dallas.
That was a pretty
next year's 6. 5. What do you think about Cooks being added to the NFC East? Do you like this move? Hate this move?
that was
Cowboys?
a clutch bread maker metaphor, Tree. I just I appreciate, as a connoisseur of bread makers and regifting, I appreciate the effort. I like how you explained it. I like how you explained it throughout the process as well. That was equal. Look, Brandon Cooks, a solid player, okay? He's played in 2 Super Bowls. He's the most traded player in the NFL histories. Because I watched Brandon Perna short on him earlier. I cheated by knowing that. I think, as long as Dak makes the correct read and throws to the right receiver, then he's fine. But it doesn't matter when he throws the ball into coverage or into the flat when he shouldn't. So there.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
I agree. Dak had an off year last year. Tom.
He did. He was very off.
Brandon Cooks to the Cowboys. What does he do? Good pickup? 5th and next year 6th?
Yeah, I mean, like the reason you got him so cheap is just one, he's wanted to be off the Texans since he signed there, and then 2, like he's also owed a good amount of money, so that's kind of why you're able to get him on the cheap. But no, Brandon Cooks, even he kind of flies under the radar, but he's been putting up good numbers when he's in Houston, so I think he's a solid pickup for you guys. And if Dak is able to get him the ball, I mean, he should put up some pretty nice stats as a WR2 this year.
And Brandon Starr, talk to us about the Cooks trade. Like it, hate it. Where are we?
Oh, I think he's going to cook better than old Russ did when I watched him on Jesus' birthday. You might know it is Christmas, and the Broncos, well, they tanked. They got Nathaniel Hackett fired. Brandon Cooks, well, he might be a little better at cooking than old Russell Wilson.
I like it.
It's like
I
a
like
mix
it.
of more now too.
That was good.
We're going to stay with the Cowboys. We're going to get to exactly what Urinating Tree was insinuating. Ezekiel Elliott, longtime member of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, it's real. It's real.
Yeah, so what's real is Zeke has now put out his top 3 teams. I believe it is the Bengals.
What boys?
The Jets and the Eagles, unfortunately. Do we think Zeke lands with one of these teams? And what will my reaction be if he signs with the Eagles? Who wants to take? Tree,
I'll
what
go
are we
first.
thinking?
Oh,
Okay, 5.
I think your reaction video to Zeke signing with the Eagles will be your most watched video of 2023, and it will just be you crying the entire time.
Yeah, I will call you. I don't even have your number, and I will call you.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you want to talk about a
yellow
scooter?
book?
I use the white pages.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
he's got some squeeze.
Perna, Tom, or any reaction to this Zeke news, the 3 teams being floated that he might go to?
I just want to see him go to the Eagles for the chaos, to be completely honest. But here's the thing. He would do really well with Mixon because he could just go on the goal line because they lost P. Ryan because he went to the Broncos. He could also do well with the Jets. You have Breece Hall, who's returning, but he's coming off a major injury. But I think Zeke could be fine as just a rotational running back too. But I want to see him on the Eagles just for the chaos because
If Zeke signed with the Eagles, it would be complete mayhem. And there are actually some Eagles fans saying they want Zeke, all of a sudden, he's not washed in garbage now. Interesting how that occurs. Brandon Starr, any words on Ezekiel Elliott?
No.
That is fair.
Did you take him on the Broncos, Brandon?
No, because we got Samaja Perine. I got my reserve bag.
If you put a little whistle in, you're the guy from Family Guy.
Oh,
Hi there.
Watching all the candy.
I got some candy.
Okay,
in
the
my
last bit of
hand.
NFL news, unless someone here has something else to add. Tree, take us through this bizarre happening you were telling us about a certain quarterback. Break it down.
About Jimmy Garoppolo.
Break it
Ooh,
down.
well, there is a brothel in Las Vegas. It's known as the Bunny Ranch. And Jimmy Garoppolo is quite the chiseled man himself. He's like that Chad meme.
Chiseled?
It's very, that jawline, the pure
very
looks.
handsome.
Like he is a Greek god. And this brothel offered this man free sex for life. Not that guy. Get him out of there. You don't get free sex for life. You get your
Who?
right hand. You, 5.
Oh.
You. But I would say
never
that
claimed to be attractive.
Jimmy Garoppolo does get free sex for life from the Bunny Ranch. And we are all insanely jealous, even though he probably won't need it. He's probably happily married. But you never know what
He's not
happens.
married. He's single.
He's been
Whatever.
having free sex.
He's a player.
since he became a
Is there
handsome
any more
quarterback.
NFL news that you guys would like to talk about before we get into
There's
the
XFL
title?
news in which Ben Kurt has signed with the Brahmas, baby. And I already texted Kurt. I already spoke with him. He's probably not going to start this weekend because it's a little too soon, but he will be the starter going forward.
Yeah.
Can we get some
Yeah.
W's?
I
in
saw
the
like
chat?
he didn't want to give up his gaming like Rig. He just kept that intact while he moved.
I saw
didn't
that.
see that.
He did. It
Yo,
went
can you
viral.
ask him, Tom, if that like got damaged at all during transport? Because
He's
a lot of
professional.
people.
I know because it was funny when he was on GPS. He was talking about like how he's gonna have like the office all set up for Monday. So I think everything's all good now.
Nice.
Shoot, I might
So
have
very
to
happy
do
for one Kurt Benkert.
that. I might have
We
to
all-
do that. But last call. Any NFL news you guys want to talk about before we get into the title of this show? Say our goodbyes, our
The
farewells.
Cowboys are poo-poo heads.
Okay.
Yeah.
right.
The
Just
show
wanted to
should
make
just
sure that was
die.
said.
What do y'all know about Ronald Jones? Like,
Ronald
I really thought you were
Reagan?
gonna say Ronald Reagan for a second, and I was like,
No.
I thought you were gonna say Ronald
Reaganomics.
Ronaldo?
He fired all the aircraft.
what are the
carriers.
thoughts on
football
Ronald
players.
Jones? Y'all like Ronald Jones or
all right.
Ronald Jones, the running back.
yeah, the running back?
Yeah, the old
Cowboys
Tampa
signed him.
guy.
All I remember from him is he kept getting in Bruce Arians' doghouse.
Okay, that's fair.
So I mean, he's
Popping
okay,
over
but
the
like,
mention.
I mean,
Did he have to eat dog food?
Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let us address the title of this video, which is
Goodbye,
These-
everyone.
Yeah, just end it.
Sorry. I pulled
which
the
is
trigger
this
for it.
is our last show, and that's not a lie. This actually is our last show
That sounds like a lie to me.
of this
oh,
of this format. So this is the last show
What,
that we're going to be
Wildflower
doing
Man?
like this. We had our first ever meeting in 2 years about this show Tuesday, and we decided we're going to change things up. Change things up to make it better for us, change things up to make it better for you, more entertaining. So I'll let Tom break down some of the changes we were thinking of, just so that I'm not talking this whole time.
Yeah. Oh, but before Tom does that, we're also gonna let you, the audience, help us determine what kind of things you want to
Because,
see. Like
I
you're,
mean,
we're
because
open to suggestions. We'll ignore them, but
I know we're actually working. It's crazy, and I have to do this for the clickbait. I'm sorry. Sorry, had to.
That's fair. That's fair. Tom, how are we changing this?
So listen, folks, we had a meeting. Was that yesterday?
Tuesday.
It was a couple days
Tuesday.
ago. Yeah.
I have no idea.
It is the days go.
Time is blending together.
We had a meeting on Tuesday in which we came together for about an hour during clickbait time, actually. And the first
Really?
change had to be the title. So now going forward, we are going to be Bait Click Sports. We just
Okay.
thought that was going to sound a lot better. Kind of make those real changes
I-
that are going to kind of.
For the record, I wanted masturbate sports, but you guys wanted bait click. So
True. Here's the issue with that, though. That was actually already taken.
Oh,
That was.
What about masturbate sports?
that's what I
self-related
said.
sports?
That's
Isn't
literally
that
what
how
I said.
Scooter covers the Cowboys?
Okay, keep going, Tom.
Okay. Anyway, actually talking about what we're actually going to do. Yeah. So, we talked, and we definitely wanted things to change because we felt that we weren't putting the most amount of effort possible into this show, and by that I mean any. So going forward, we wanted to switch some things around, and we're going to kind of cater to our expertise here to kind of just make the show more fun, but more importantly, interactive. Because that kind of is the best part of the show. We thought that punishments were by far the best part of the show, and not just because you're throwing money at our faces like we are OnlyFans patrons, but more just because it makes it better. So going forward, we're going to kind of be changing it up every week in terms of the format. So there's definitely going to be more games involved. So with an improv background, we are going to take improv games and kind of play some of those and relate it back to sports. So that's going to be pandemonium and absolute chaos. We've been talking about for quite some time wanting to do a trivia kind of aspect to the show. So that's going to be sports related. Stump the Tree. That has to become its own segment as well.
Maybe.
Definitely, we're going to try our very best. But definitely just trying to like gamify it up and utilize the audience more in terms of like suggestions, because there are also times too where people donate like a lot of money and like suggestions are not read because we're talking about sports, we're talking about football. But the problem is that on Thursday, when this show is, especially during the season, it's the end of the week of football and the start of the new week. So there's kind of this weird lull and awkwardness of not really much to talk about because all the stuff from Sunday in the previous week, it's irrelevant at this point and stuff hasn't started just yet. So instead of just kind of talking about the things that we already talk about on all our individual channels, GPS, etc., we're going to kind of change it up and instead make it more fun and be more about our individual personalities while still maintaining kind of the sports.
Yeah, the clicking and the baiting.
Yeah, everyone loves some good clickbait.
Yeah, I think.
You go on, 5.
Just to add to that, the other thing is we're changing the structure of the show. We're modularizing it more so that we actually have segments so that we're not guessing when and what we're supposed to be doing. Like that one show that we had when the season ended and Tom was literally calling other members of the show. Like we don't want to do that. Was good. It ended up working, but we definitely want to have more segments and actual modularization. And the other thing is we're going to bring on guests. I don't think you mentioned that as well.
I didn't know.
You did
Yep.
not.
So basically, everything what they said, but we're also shortening it. So basically, think of
1
it like
minute
this
long.
going forward. There will be 3 different modules of the show, 3 different sections of the show. The first section, the first 15 minutes of every show is this. We'll talk about sports, the most important sports, anything we want to talk about, get off our chest. That's for the first 15 minutes. Then we will move into the improv game hosted by Tom or a different type of format hosted by Brandon. And then the last 15 minutes will be reserved for either a guest.
Is that a Seinfeld shirt?
Another format.
It is.
Yeah, and we also need to incorporate the punishments at the beginning as well because you guys love them. The punishment is not going away. That is like
Oh
the best
no, it's
part of
absolutely
the show.
not.
And not only are the
we need a
punishments
special one for
not
you today,
going
Fab.
away, but here are some of the things we talked about just so you guys understand what we're thinking. There could be like something like a trivia where the winner of the trivia gets to spin a wheel and maybe that subtracts money from their total. All of a sudden, 5, who just got donated $500, spins the wheel because he won trivia, and now he only has $100 on his tab because he spun and he got $400. In the same way, the inverse can happen as well. So if you suck, maybe you have to spin. If you came in last place in trivia, and all of a sudden $500 gets added to your donation total for that episode. So
the purpose is to like during the show, like it's actually going to mean more because not only is it going to be more interactive with the audience, because of course, like you are trying to punish somebody, but in addition, like you are also going to be contributing to the improv games, because it is going to be like polling the audience about things that we're supposed to be doing. And on top of that, like whether we have a guest and it's the guest then picks who asked the worst or the best question. So someone gets a point, someone loses a point. And at the very end, there's going to be a winner and loser that could either make them a double winner or a double loser, depending on the punishment. And it's just it's a grand old time. Just
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I'm probably putting too much.
Definitely need to add a swear jar
to your total at the end. Anytime you use
I
one of
think
those
each word
nasty
should have a
words.
monetary value that gets added to your total.
I'm fine with Tree getting punished every week.
I'm not fine with that. I am absolutely not fine with that. I'd rather.
We
have
also
these
talked
guys
about
punished every week.
instant punishments
And
as
that guy,
well. There could be an instant
Light-
punishment wheel
Light
that you
yourself on
spin.
fire.
Oh yes. Instant punishment 5, and as well as
See how long you can hold your breath till you're dead.
group. So basically, we realized that Tom gets punished the most out of all of us. And to mitigate that, we're going to add things that allows Tom to potentially transfer his punishment to someone else.
Or both. Can you put them in two?
Choose someone else to do the punishment with.
Punishment STDs.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's what happened to Brandon. That's why his face is pink right now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it's
A little red
it's-
down there.
Yeah, it's the herpes. Sure.
But yeah, that's basically what we talked about.
Don't have sex, kids, or you'll look like me.
Well, at least you had some.
someone had sex.
Best anti-sex ad ever.
Yeah, stop making the rest of us jealous, please.
All right.
So,
did we just lose the show in one?
Yes, we lost, and this is why we're changing everything, because we just go off the rails like the crazy train.
I want to know who in the audience who y'all want us to get as guests. Like, let's shoot for the moon. Like, I was thinking of today, I was like, shoot, we should ask Kay Adams, right? We'll get told no, but I'll ask anybody. So I would like some suggestions, because that's going to be my responsibility. I'll go out and get the guests.
I did not
I show
know
speed. Aaron Rodgers. We should try to get Pat McAfee. No, I
Yeah.
mean,
Kurt, we should try and get
realistic.
Kurt.
Yeah, we should get Kurt,
mid-show.
but he might not have time now that Kurt has a job. He's
Wait,
like,
can we bring people who aren't alive? On the show?
Yeah.
Can we bring Ted Williams' frozen head? I want that.
No, I want Ted Williams Jr.'s cryogenically frozen body. That's what I want.
Yes. I want his frozen head.
You need to thaw it out and make it like
Okay,
Futurama.
let's say, we can bring Barry on. Jaguar Gator, come on. I mean, but let's go for the top shelf.
Let's get
Not
into
that those
it.
guys aren't
Oh,
top
Lord.
shelf.
No.
What?
I will leave the
What?
show.
What?
Donald Trump.
Oh,
That'd be
we could
hilarious.
ask Donald
We could-
Trump to come
Yeah,
on.
we could ask about his ownership of the New Jersey Generals back in the 80s, man. Let's go.
That's all we would ask him about.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know
We
if
could
we want to
bring
ask
Elon
about the other
Musk.
stuff. There may be some stuff happening there.
Bring Elon
But
Musk
yeah,
on.
that's
He's
really
Hillary
all we have to
Clinton.
tell you for
not
this
doing
week.
anything.
Like, we're
Yeah.
really about to plan more, put some more effort into things going forward. So any questions,
actual plan.
comments, I say we give it 5 more minutes and then we get out of here early so we can
Yes.
start preparing for next week's show. But yeah, let us know your thoughts, reactions, everything in the next 5 minutes so that we can bounce some ideas right here before we have an early show.
And
for
keep
our new.
super chatting other people so that I don't get punished, because I don't.
You're already getting punished. buddy. You have
Keep punishing
$500.
5.
You're getting
Keep punishing him.
Basically, this show's going to be good.
Is it really going to be good? Is it
Yeah.
I
really
think it's
gonna
going to be better.
Yeah, I mean,
Very better.
Like I'm taking this
Well,
seriously.
yeah, we'd be taken
Ooh,
seriously. Like,
that's
dude, we already do
Ooh.
our own crap, and we put like
That's a good
no
one.
effort into this.
What's that?
That's why nobody watches.
Oh yeah, we should have your dad on the show, Tom. 100%.
Yes.
Because I love him.
Yes.
Papa
Instead of
Grassi.
Tom,
Yeah. We should. Yeah. We should have Papa Grassi, and just Tom has to listen to it the whole time, just off camera on the side.
It's just
And
Scooter and my father talking about
Yes.
the Cowboys in the good old days.
Bonding.
Instead of GPS, it's Scooter PS or something. I don't know.
It's America's team. That's what our podcast
GPS.
is called.
The Grossi
Right, we did
Fishing
it.
Show.
Yeah.
What do you think we're trying to fix?
There's nothing to fix. The foundations are already falling apart. We're
Can
just
we
trying to
get
add
Will,
this.
can we get Will Smith and Chris Rock to come on? At the same
Oh, dude,
time?
That'd be
a
great.
slapper.
My eyes are burning from this.
Do you have kids, Tree? That was a dad joke if I've ever heard one.
No, man. I mean, I'm getting older. We're all getting older.
We can get
so you know
chiseled
what?
on.
Yeah.
I know chiseled.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
All
we
right.
done now.
Okay, do the countdown.
Bye. Yeah. Is the countdown going to stay for the next edition of Clickbait Sports? I mean, Bait Click Sports? Nobody knows.
Oh, no. Maybe it's masturbate sport.
I don't know if it's at 20. It froze at 26.
It's
on my
20,
end.
19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
Go, Tree. Go. You sing it. buddy.
Everybody wants to back
that's
and
12 seconds
score.
Okay.
Clickbait is
Yeah.
finally ending. Thank freaking
Lord.
Lord. I
Lord,
almost
there we go.
swore,
Good.
and I'm
Fine.
going to the
We
full
did it. We did it.
F-150.
We did it. Okay. Well, I didn't lose, so I'm happy. So I
I'm
made
happy
$245.92, but
What
still.
the heck? Okay. I made $12, so I'm happy with
Let's
that.
go.
There it is.
161.95.
124.92. Five. Let's get that number. Get that
God,
number.
this is. Let me tell you, I've got new respect for people who do voices. I'll tell you that. I'm Patrick.
$538.84.
Oh, there you go. That sounds more
That's
like
not
me.
what I wanted to cook.
That sounds more like me.
Okay. We got to come up with a punishment that is
Why do you
perfect
suck
for
so
the
bad,
new
Dan?
show also. So this has to be valid. This has to be a legit.
I say that 5 makes a 12-month digital calendar with the sexiest photos he could possibly make. And he doesn't actually have to like make it, but like he has to like have like 12 photos and like just like mock it up. Like this is what January would be, February, and it's just like lingerie, maybe like, you know, just the whole nine.
I not
Is
only like that
Photoshop
idea.
permitted?
Photoshop
No,
is
well, for the background, not on you.
Ooh. One shot for each different sport. You got baseball Adam, football Adam, hockey Adam, basketball Adam,
Badminton, Adam.
tennis Adam, golf
I like
Adam.
this. I would also like to request that it be made available for purchase, though. That is the only
Oh.
thing I would like to add. I believe CVS has some good deals like that. You can just. I want one, is what I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
bet it could be a
mean-
digital download.
Oh, yeah, it could be. Put it in
When you go
PDF
to
form and
Jerry.
yeah, start the OnlyFans. Put it on there. Make a load for cash.
Ooh, I would.
I really
subscribe.
wish this was the last show. That's uncalled for, but I will.
All right,
do
you
it.
know
wax on your
what? You
head.
know what?
I will.
I'm
do
cool
it.
with that.
Boxing, sexy boxing Adam.
Mm,
What is happening?
yeah, you can use the plunger as like a little appendage.
NASCAR 5.
Oh,
That'd
yeah,
be good.
NASCAR 5.
Get behind
Okay.
the wheel of
Well,
car.
Brent Henderson is going to help me with this for sure. Big Hurt Rocks will
Okay.
be helping me
All right, you better have
All
it
right.
next week, 5, because it's
next
a new day.
week.
It's a new day. You got a
Don't
week
ask
to take
questions.
12 pictures.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys, what do you have coming out
Do you have
this
any
week?
rules? on
Brandon Starr?
nudity?
Let's start with you.
Oh, I got a video I need a little help with the title on.
What you got?
It's about Laramie Tunzel. I don't know what to do with this freaking thumbnail or this title, but it's about his Bong Day draft story, how he turned into one of the most valuable draft picks ever, or trade picks ever. I just can't get the right title.
You'll come.
will
with your
figure it out.
Patrick.
I-
Yeah,
You
look
can
at
do
you
it,
guys
buddy.
jumping at the help. Oh, appreciate that.
I'm thinking.
How about Up in Smoke?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, Trey. Okay.
Up in Smoke, the Laramie Tunsil story.
Speaking of Tree, what do you have coming out?
I have MLB Haters Guy coming out tomorrow.
Riches, that's pretty good.
From bongs to riches.
Hey, Haters Guide coming out tomorrow for Tree. Tom, what do we got?
The Lions fan reaction is coming out at some point. It is. I took a day to like fix up the house and stuff. So yeah, no. I
Listen,
didn't
if
do it.
anyone deserves a day, It is TDG.
Don't worry. Tomorrow there's no GPS because Brandon's doing something.
Wow, Brandon, depriving us of our GPS knowledge.
We're not even gonna be navigated.
What do you have coming up?
I have a video.
Besides this calendar.
I uploaded yesterday NFL's most wasted season. Everyone, please watch. And I also have a video coming out on do the new rules of baseball make the game better or worse?
Ooh,
Pitch clock.
pitch clock.
And
know they
larger
had new
bases,
rules.
the pizza boxes.
Yeah,
And I got
bigger bases.
listen, guys, we are recording back for the gaming channel again. Be on the
What?
lookout. Scooter
Very
Gaming
nice.
will rise from the ashes yet again. Be on the lookout for those videos. And be on the lookout for the new and improved version of Clickbait next week.
Unfortunately.
It's going to be interesting.
When is your reaction to Ezekiel Elliott signing with the Eagles coming out?
We'll see you guys next week.
On time.
Unfortunately.
Poopy head.
I thought not everything